I wanted one place that I can just glance at and it says all different areas of my life and then be able to plan for each of those areas accordingly in this one page. And that's this dashboard. Hi everyone, welcome back to Plan for Productivity. For those of you who are new, my name is Andrea and today I am so excited to be sharing this dashboard with you guys because I've wanted something like this for a really long time. So just to, get on the same page, this is not like a productivity dashboard. This is not just a place where I keep all of my tasks and that stuff. This is not what I use as my daily driver for productivity. I have other places for that. This is what I go to when I want to just get my life together. And I just need one place where I can find the list that I need for that, all different areas that I need in order to be able to get organized with my life. So if that sounds like something that you need in your life, grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. So this is my dashboard, just to give you a quick little rundown of everything that is in here. I call it my Get It Together dashboard. This cute little icon, probably got it from Pinterest, but just kind of like a little bit of motivation, coffee, get our life organized. Under that, I've got a planning doc, which is basically where I keep all of my lists that I need in order to get my life together and organized. We've got right next to it all the areas of my life that I kind of have to keep afloat and, kind of keep organized. And then right under that, I've got an area for the projects that I'm working on. And then right under that is all my tasks. And I'll show you how everything relates to each other right there. And then at the bottom, I've got a tracker. So back to the beginning. Let's start with the planning doc. So this is basically just a database that I have where I keep all of the lists that I use recurrently in order to get my life organized. So basically whenever I'm doing either a weekly reset, a monthly refresh, any of these, I actually come to this page and this is where everything gets started. I have a list right there. You maybe don't need to have it as a database. You could just have a list right there. But these are just basic, lists that I have in order to kind of organize my life. I can give you tours of these at some point if you guys want. There's a lot to unpack there, but that's not the focus of this video. The basic idea is over here, you're gonna keep a toggle, a list, or a page of all of the things that you routinely go through weekly, monthly, quarterly in order to be able to access those super easily, to be able to give you some direction as to what you actually need in order to get your life together at that moment. Right next to that, I have the dominions of order. I think I heard this on a podcast. I don't really know where. I wish I did, but I heard somebody say that they organized, he said, I think on a weekly basis or something like that, I go over what I call my dominions of order. These are all the things in my life that I need to keep in order. And that really resonated with me. I created a list of my own. And these are basically the areas of my life that I consider that need constant revision and organization and just a little bit of work in order to keep them afloat. And that's what I call the dominions of order. Everything else in my life, so a project, a task, and everything is all going to relate back to what that area of my life is. So let me show you how it works. In each of these pages, I have at the beginning a little reminder of what does order in this area look like. For example, let's find something that has a little more stuff. Let's do home. Okay, so what does order look like for me? So this is important, just a quick reminder of what actually my goal is in this area of my life in order to kind of like keep it stable. I really don't look at this very often, but it's nice to have over here. And right at the bottom, I have a list of things that I can do on a regular basis, whether that's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever, in order to keep kind of this area organized, right? Or going smoothly. Again, I don't look at this list like super often, mostly when I'm just like going through these areas, but it's nice to have that reminder and to have it thought out in case I feel like that specific area is a little bit out of order. Right under that, I'm going to have the projects that are related to this specific dominion. So for example, all the projects that are related to my home are going to show up here. And this is created with a relation in the database. Let me see. So for example, if we go to, I think I have one for this. These are the projects that I'm actively working on that fall into this area, right? And so on and so forth. I don't know if I have any other active ones right now. I think it's just those three. And so these are all the different areas. You guys can get inspiration from this list if you want, but honestly, just make your own. The less, the better, but I couldn't really simplify it to less than this. So let me know what areas you guys come up with. And at the bottom of that, I have a project database. So this is where, I think this is where the original database is. Like this is the home of that database. So basically, I can see more or less what projects are active. I have a timeline view for these projects, and just in case you are curious, I filter these by the things that are, active. I have a bunch of different organization for my projects. I can also do a video about that, but the basic idea is over here, whatever projects you're currently working on, that's what you want to see. Because remember, this is just about coming to a place where you can quickly get in touch with all the things that are on your plate. And right under that, I have the tasks. So the way my system works is every task is either, a life general task not related to anything, or it's specifically related to a project. And I can see that every time I go into the page. This is a really bad example, but you can kind of see the tasks that are related to this specific project inside the project page. And so if you scroll a little bit past that, you have all of the tasks here. Again, there's a lot more on how I manage my tasks, but the basic idea is over here you have the list of all the things that are actively on your plate, and you can see that they're related to a project. So the way I kind of organize myself is I have tasks, and those tasks can either be, just normal life constant tasks that I have to do, or they're most likely going to be related to a specific project, and that project is related to a specific area of my life. That means that when I go into a page to look at all of my medicine stuff, I'm going to have the projects that are related to this area of my life, and right under that, all the tasks that are related to those specific projects or that specific dominion, right? And then under that, I have a daily tracker just for the current month. That's what I have filtered over here. And this is just, kind of for me to also be able to see how I'm doing in general on the things that I constantly track in my life. Again, the idea is to have everything in one page, and this is a linked database of my daily tracker, and that's where I can see all of these things. So just so you get a better idea, this is how I have things filtered. So for example, this is the dominion of medicine. I have my little reminders at the top. Then I have the projects that are, again, filtered by the dominion being medicine. So if you go into these projects, one of the properties is going to be the dominion, and that is where I'm going to assign what dominion it belongs to. And I'm going to filter that so it only shows me the dominions that are related to medicine. And under that, I'm going to have the task. So as you can see, for example, I have a task that is related to a specific project, right? And this project, I already mentioned in this projects database that it is related to a dominion. So I'm going to filter it by any tasks that are related to a project that is related to this dominion. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's just one relationship that I have to do. So just so you can see what that property looks like in action, it is a roll up where I'm going to use the relationship of project that I have for this task. So I have this task, right? This task is related to a specific project, which is this one. And then this roll up is going to search what that project is, right? And then it's going to search that project's dominion, right? And that's what is going to pop up here. And then I can filter by anything that has the dominion of medicine. And then additionally, because we have sometimes, for example, a task that is not under a project, I will have the filter of any task that is under the context of medicine. And then this way I can see everything in one page very quickly. It sounds way more complicated than it is, but honestly, it's actually pretty simple, and it just works really well to be able to filter things very easily. The basis is really simple. This page is for you to be able to look at it and kind of click through a little bit and have an idea of the things that you need to do next, or where things are at in that specific area of your life. So what I suggest is definitely having your planning little checklist right there. You don't really need to have a database for the dominions of order. If that's like a little too intense for you, you can just have a list with the reminders, and that way you just have like a little list of all those different areas of your life, and that immediately will kind of get your brain thinking about what you need to do for each of those areas. And then right under that, you want to kind of have whatever your productivity task management system is, whether you do projects, whether you do contacts, whether you do just random lists, whether you have lists that are not in a database and they're just like, you know, a little written notes and bullets, that's fine. You want to put that right under that so that as you're seeing these areas, you can quickly add to your task lists, right? And then right at the bottom, you can add anything that is a tracker that, you know, might be used in your life in order to, again, kind of get an idea of where you're at. And that is it. Honestly, the dashboard is really, really simple, but it has been so helpful in being able to organize my life very quickly. If you use Notion, you'll know that there's pages and pages and pages and pages, and it can be very easy for you to get lost in all of this stuff that you're trying to kind of keep together. So it's nice to have a little hub that you can kind of quickly go through and kind of sort your life out without having to do all of the digging into other pages. This has been honestly one of the best dashboards that I have ever created for myself. It has been super, super helpful. It has made my life so much easier and I feel so much more organized after having it. So I definitely wanted to create a template for you guys. You can find that in the description. This is like a simple template. It's just the template of this get together dashboard. The databases will be related in case you don't have something like that. But honestly, the idea is for you to be able to create your own. I think it would work better because that way you have your own system integrated into this kind of like overarching format. But you can find the template in the description and you can customize to your heart's content. And that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider sticking around because I'm obsessed with Notion and I'm so excited to be able to be sharing with you all the little things I've created. I feel like I'm finally at a place where my Notion is shareable. And so I'm excited to be doing all of these walkthroughs with you. Let me know what you want to see in the comments. Subscribe, like the video, do all of the things, you know, it really helps me out here. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys on the next one.